Spinz 92.9, blazing the Atlanta airwaves with all the heat.
That's right. It is your girl, Tempa Mystic, and we are live right here in ATL on Spinz 92.9. And tonight, I heard we got the one and only Lil Txkyo checking in. How you doing?
I'm good. About you?
I'm doing good. All the way from New Haven, Connecticut. Thank you for being here.
No problem. It's nice being here.
Absolutely. Do you still reside in New Haven?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, cool. So let's talk about that a little bit. Before we dive into all the music stuff, growing up out there in Connecticut, do you feel like that the environment of where you grew up shaped you to want to do music and your creative vision?
Let's say yes and no, because most of my music comes from like Southern, like hip hop and like R&B. But like I grew up around that, and I guess that's what molded me into where I am today. So yes. I believe so. At the same time, no.
little bit of yes, little bit of no. Understood.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What is the music scene like up in your area, up in New Haven, for artists like yourself? Do they have a lot of outlets, whether it be performance outlets, media outlets for you to get involved with?
I think yeah, but like it's a little bit smaller. It's like smaller, like independent groups, but I believe so. We have like a few like venues that do like open mics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's pretty awesome.
That's awesome.
In my opinion. Yeah.
So you started making music around the age of 14. Yeah. I commend you for that. A lot of 14-year-olds, they're thinking about other stuff. You were thinking about music. That is dope. What inspired you to first step into the studio?
I would want to say like I always loved music growing up. I would always listen to it. Always like I played drums. I tried learning the guitar, but I was terrible. But I think what made me start making music is like seeing other people do it on YouTube, and like I'm like, oh, I could do this as well. And then like I saved up all the money from like allowances, like working, and then like I bought my first computer and my microphone, and I just took off with it. I learned very hard, and it was just amazing, in my opinion, that I was able to do it for a long time now. I thought I wouldn't be doing this for this long, but it's just amazing.
I feel like when we figure out what our passion is, it's never like working, man. We just love to do it. We could go to sleep doing it. We could wake up doing it. We could do it in the middle of the day. That's probably how you feel about music, right?
Indeed. Like I'll always be on my notes. I feel like I have like 15 hours on my notes app.
Absolutely.
So
yeah. Do you do like voice memos and stuff? Like say you're thinking of a song in your head and you don't really want to lose that sound that you're trying to go for. Do you ever do voice memos as a reference?
Yes, I do that, and I'll record my guitar sometimes, and like I'll put that into the song. Like the first song on we're going to actually get into this soon for the album. The guitar and drums are from the voice memo audios, like literally just straight off the phone.
That is amazing.
That's how I did it, really.
I love it. That is amazing. Yeah. That is amazing. So you are involved in the production side of your music as well on some level as far as how you want it to sound, or do you actually do music production as well?
I actually do music production.
That's impressive.
Thank you very much.
How many instruments do you currently play?
So far I'm learning guitar. I haven't gotten to piano. I started off with piano first, then I went to guitar. I do a little bit of drums, but mainly I'm just using my beat machine most of the time.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. Those are a lot of producers are doing. That's what technology's for, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So when you first started out, did you have any like big influences that maybe have changed over the past 4 years? Like, back then, this was my big influence, whether it's a person, a thing, or whatever, and then it's changed over the years?
Mainly the SoundCloud era of the internet, really. Like, like X, Lil Peep, Juice. I think those guys put a really good influence on me, and them like not being scared to be themselves, and they actually put themselves out into their music, into like their fans. And I love that energy, and I want to like put that into my music as well, because I don't want to isolate myself. I actually I want people to like feel the track. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I want to feel the songs, and I just want to build a good connection with my fans, or like people supporting me with my music, and how I put myself out onto the internet is amazing, in my opinion. Yeah. It's really cool.
I love that. You're very mindful of how you present your work to the world and present yourself to the world.
Yes.
I think that's important too, because perception is everything. It shouldn't necessarily be, but it is. Like, people will judge you based upon what you look like, what kind of clothes you're wearing, how is your hair looking? It's like people, that's just the masses, the world, perception is everything. So I feel like that we shouldn't necessarily try to be people pleasers, but we got to have some sort of good presentation about ourselves, especially if we have like a product or something that we're trying to get out to the masses, and that would be your music.
Yes.
Makes sense.
So that's why it's best to always be yourself and like stick to like, what's the way I could put it to? Be original. Yeah. Like, be scared for like what people will say about you. Just do you.
That is the biggest facts ever, because something that I've learned in all my years of life is we cannot please everybody, nor should we try to. Yes, because no matter how we're doing, somebody's going to have something bad to say, because there's trolls out there. They don't want to see other people happy because they're miserable with themselves.
Always.
What would you say is one of the hardest lessons that you've learned so far in your music career?
That's a tough question. What's the word? I got to put it together. People are not going to like everything you put out. That's the truth. So that's why it's best to like, if people like it, they like it. If they don't like it, you don't. It's about how you feel about that track. You have to love your own music, but you got to be confident with it. So basically, if you put out that song and no one likes it, at least you know that you liked it and that you were doing it for yourself and not for other people.
Absolutely. You'll be the absolute happiest within your life when you're doing everything on your terms, not like I mentioned earlier, trying to be a people pleaser, because we oftentimes can go through that. We want people to love what we do or love us, but I feel like in the meantime, it's almost making us miserable because, we can't please all these people because they all have different energies, different personalities. So that was a great answer.
Thank you.
So let's talk about your latest single. We're not going to listen to it just yet, but we're going to build up to it. So your latest single is called By the River, featuring Charlie. Who is Charlie?
Charlie is an artist out in Austin, Texas. Shout out Charlie. Basically, I reached out to him and I said, "Hey, I got this song. Do you want to like help work with me on it? Like work with me on it?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And then he hopped on it. Like a few days later, I heard it and I'm like, "Oh my God! Like this is like the most amazing verse I've ever heard." Because like his voice is very is unique in my opinion. I think it fits well with the track, and he's just an amazing person overall. Shout out Charlie.
I agree, because I got that whole unique vibe listening to the song. When I listened to it, when I was adding it into radio rotation, I was like, okay, because I obviously hear a ton of music because I have 2 radio stations, and I'll tell you, like, some of the songs that I get, they're good songs, but they're repetitive songs, if that makes sense. They sound like everything else. This, to me, was very unique and different. And that's the type of music that I like to listen for, because it brings a whole different vibe. So was Charlie somebody that you had been following on social media and you just liked his, his vibe, his work ethic, and that's what made you reach out to him?
I met him through another artist named Spinz. Spinz told me that, like, he's very good and that, like, I should reach out to him to, like, work with him. And then, like, that's what happened. Shout out Slash. And basically, I made the beat. I made the whole beat. And then I sent it to him. And then it was just history from right there.
Got it. So what was the actual story behind the track? Like, what did you have in mind when you were creating it?
When I made the track, I was out on a school trip to New York for colleges. And I brought my laptop along. And I was like, I might as well like make the beat because it's going to be like a 3-hour drive. I found this sample on Instagram from another artist called DKJ, shout out him. And it was a nice melody of him like playing the piano in his voice. And I just pitched it down. And then the story is just like references to like Danny Glover from Lethal Weapon. And I watched that movie. I like it a lot. And that's really much it. There's not really much to talk about that track, really.
Well, it came together really dope. Great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Absolutely. And that was actually going to be kind of my next question, but you already gave it to me, like the creative process. So really, you can pull inspiration from anywhere. You said you were on a school trip bus.
Yeah, like it was like a tour bus kind of, and like I had my laptop and I just did the beat right then and there, and like I just couldn't stop listening to it. And I just knew like as soon as I got home, I had to record it, and yeah, that's basically just it.
Okay. So leading up to your debut album called Love, Money, or Neither, which is going to be releasing very, very soon, early September, what's the meaning behind the title?
Basically, it goes like this: like love won't make you happy. Like love from other people won't make you happy. Money won't make you happy. It's basically you finding love within yourself and like taking time for yourself and just basically making yourself a better person, because any of those things is like momentary happiness. Eternal happiness is like within yourself and making sure like, yo, I love myself for who I am, and like I'm not gonna let people talk about me. You know what I mean?
Man.
It's just
So we can anticipate the official release on September 5th because the project is done. Now it's just a matter of, promoting it, which we're doing now, and the official drop September 5th. Any significance behind that date?
no, not really. It was just to push it back. It was supposed to be earlier this year, but like I had some like technical difficulties, so I just had to push it back to like later. It was supposed to be, I believe it was supposed to be August 15th, but I just pushed it back by like 3 weeks.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. You want to make sure it's exactly or as close to where you want it to be as possible before you put it out to the world. Because once it's out there, it's out there.
Yes.
Somebody's heard it. Even if you go and pull it down, someone's heard it. So I would rather you trust the process than rush the process.
Indeed.
Is By the River going to be featured on the project?
Yes, it will be.
Okay.
There's going to be two versions. It's going to be the regular version and a clean version. I made the whole clean version for the album, so like it could be played on radios and like everyone else could listen to it in the car, at the function. Just like everyone can catch a vibe.
I want to key in on what you just said, because that's one of the most important steps that a lot of artists miss is releasing. If the album is, explicit, you need to release a clean version on the digital platforms as well. You need to upload the clean and the dirty album, because a lot of people don't listen to dirty music, or they can't play it in their work setting or whatever, kids may be around. So that was really, really, really a great move on your behalf to have both versions.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Gosh, thank you for bringing that up, because so many artists need to hear that, because I spent quite a few years on FM radio before I launched my internet-based stations, and obviously we couldn't play any dirty music, and artists would be like, oh, get me on radio. I'm like, well, give me your clean song. Well, I don't have one. I'm like, well, sorry, not sorry. And to take that a step further, releasing the clean versions on the digital platforms as well. Very, very, very smart move on your behalf. Like, that's going to help your numbers go up even more. I feel like you're limiting yourself when you only upload the explicit version.
Yeah, I realized that like later on in my career. So I just made that move.
Yes, 100%. How many tracks can we anticipate?
With this album, it's going to be 10. And then after, I'm going to go back to work on the next project.
Okay, that's a good number. It's not too much, not too little. It's just a good number. Can we anticipate maybe some visuals? Are you going to film any music videos for any of the records?
I'm planning on doing a music video for the song called Cupid Zeros, and maybe one for Woke Up.
Okay, beautiful. So we can anticipate that. Is there, I know down here in Atlanta, the mic drop performances, they're really popular. They're great content. Do you have people up in your area filming those as well for some content?
Yeah, I think this one Instagram account, I forgot their name, but it's like they had the microphone like hanging down from like the sky. Yeah, like those people, they're around here. So like I'm just trying to figure out a way if I could do that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We do those. I actually do those in my studio down here, and they're very popular because it's just great content. It's something different, typically going to be less expensive than an actual music video, depending on who you go to. So, just something to think about, if you can get in touch with them and they're a reputable, setup.
Yeah.
So, how does this album represent your growth compared to the music that you've released earlier in your career?
Well, I have a bunch of music that I took down, like a lot, like probably like 40 plus songs that I made. And I think this one is different out of everything because this one actually has a story behind it, and the transitions on each song fits very well. So each little song has their own story. And I really want to do storytelling more. That's really what I want to do.
Yeah. Please, we need to get back to that because I feel like a lot of these, no shade, but a lot of these newer artists have gotten away from that and their songs just don't make much sense. It's like, what are you talking about? So yeah, get back to the storytelling. I love it. Do you typically keep about the same sound within your music? Because I've only heard the one song from you. I might have to check out some of your music. Or do you switch it up, like maybe give us different sounds or maybe even slightly different genres from time to time?
Well, most of this album is basically just alternative hip hop.
Yeah.
Most of the songs, basically, you could hear this other song. It's called Keep It Zeros. It's basically like a live version of the original song, but I just put out the acoustic one because it sounded better. So basically, it just feels more raw. It's not layered panned vocals like any other of my songs, and you can just feel it you can feel it in the song. There's gonna be like a few interludes. The outro is just basically just me playing guitar while having some of my family members talk about like love and everything like that. So it's gonna be a mix of like alternative, like sorry, I keep messing up, like alternative hip hop, some just like acoustic guitar, alternative like rock as well. I think indie, if you want to call it like that.
Yeah, that is amazing. That is amazing. I love it. I love that. I feel like that's one of the important things that you want to do is because you want to experiment a little bit, venture out because you never know. You might tap into like a slightly different genre. That may be the one that takes you to that next level. So, not boxing yourself in per se. And sounds like you're definitely not boxing yourself in.
Most definitely not. Always trying to work on something new.
You guys better tap in with him. He's a superstar in the making.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So you recently did your first live performance in Hartford on July 27th. Congratulations on getting on that stage. What was that experience like?
Nerve-wracking, man. I was very nervous. I didn't think people would fuck with me or anything like that, but it went well. Everyone liked the songs and people took it well. So as long as I made people bounce around, everything like that, like head nods, then I did my job really.
That is, yeah, no, that is amazing. Did it feel like you expected it to feel to connect with an audience, like your audience in person?
Probably not, to be honest. People like different genres, and I feel like I make a whole different type of wave that no one really listens to in my state. So I guess it's like, oh, this is like a new sound for me. I'm gonna give this a chance though.
No, absolutely. Yeah, that's the best place to do it is in front of an audience. Even if it's a small one, a medium one, big one. Hey, what better place to test out new music? Because you got people there that you don't know. So they're going to give you that unbiased, like you can see it in their face if they're vibing with it or not.
Oh yeah, I saw every single face. A few like, what is this? What is this? And like a few like, okay. But hey, can't really do much about it.
Yeah, it goes back to like we said earlier, we can't please everybody. And I feel like once you not only understand that concept, but accept that concept, you're good to go. You're golden from here on out because it's just not everybody likes the same things. You know, there might be a song that I hear and I don't necessarily think it's a bad song. It's just not my cup of tea, if that makes sense. Right. So,
Yeah.
you know, and it's cool, you know, it's cool because for the one person who don't like it, there's going to be a million who do.
Indeed.
Is there a moment from that performance that you'll never forget?
When I asked, it was for the last song, it was People Zeros. I asked everyone in the crowd to like put up their flashlights and waving them in the air while I'm singing, and it was just magical in my opinion. I didn't think this would ever happen in my career. I thought I would just be just drop a few songs on SoundCloud, a few on platforms, and that's just it. But that was like a moment for me to cherish, and I hold that with my heart always. So.
Do you have footage of that? I know I see you have some footage on your Instagram, but of the actual like that moment in time.
Yeah, like people said I did very well, but I was very nervous.
Listen, I'll tell you, that's just the human element in us coming out because, like I said, I've been in this industry for almost 15 years, and I actually started out by hosting events and hosting showcases before I got into radio. Even though I've been doing it for almost 15 years, I still get nervous when I have to step on that stage. I feel like the moment we stop getting nervous, then maybe we need to find something else to do, because to me, that just shows it's important to you that you put on your best performance.
Yeah. It was basically, I was just happy with how my performance went, and I was happy for everyone else who performed because they actually did really good, and I really want to go back to that day so bad.
Any other performances in the works right now that we need to know about?
Not currently. Mostly, probably in the future. I wish I could like tour and stuff like that, but maybe like a few open mics and that's just it. But other than just focusing on the next project, the next video, the next whatever comes along the way.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, listen, it will, you know, like probably when you least expect it, the opportunities will, you know, and sometimes we got to go out and find the opportunities. They don't always come to us. They don't come knocking at our doors. So we just have to go out and find them. And, you know, by networking, meeting people, you know, social media is a great place to find, you know, events and things like that as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you're also working on a clothing brand. Let's talk about that. How does fashion tie into your identity as an artist?
Basically, I take a lot of influence from like 90s, 2000s style. So basically, I want to make something baggy or something like vintage where people can be like, oh, like this actually looks old, but like it's very new. So the name is called Blue Moon. I might change it later on or so, but so far, I just want to make regular like shirts, hoodies, maybe like pajamas. And I don't really know. I drew out a few pictures, but so far it's just in the scrap. So I'm going to just start making more. But so far, I think this idea will go through in like the next year or so.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I love the fact that you threw pajamas in there. You know, because who doesn't want to come home and throw on some cozy jammies, you know?
Nah, I'll wear them everywhere.
Listen, I know that's right. Some cozy house shoes, maybe throw some socks in the mix, you know, because think about everybody and their grandma wears socks. Kids, babies, men, women, young, old. Like that's something that everybody wears at some point in their time. You know what I'm saying? So that could be like one of your best sellers. Get you some dope socks.
I'll put that on the list.
Yeah, definitely. Because that's something I always like to shop for. Like when people say they have merch, one of the first things I ask, do you have any socks? Because I just like something cool and different. Yeah, the plain white, plain black, that's cool. But give me some like, you know, type of like, especially if you're going for that vintage look, man, that would be fire.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. But let's see how it goes. I'm going to just keep working on it, still drawing things out.
Yeah.
And see where that goes with.
Absolutely. Well, I definitely wish you best of luck with that. I feel like that's something that could definitely take off for you because we all want to look fly in our own way. And I like that vintage look too. 90s was one of my favorite eras.
Thank you very much. Man.
Yeah, absolutely. Would you say that era of music, 90s, inspired you as well?
Yeah, because that's all that played throughout my household when I was younger.
Yeah.
Like, I got to name some artists actually. Aaliyah. Who else? Uh, Usher, like 90s Usher.
Yeah.
Was there.
Some of the best.
Some of the best, yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. So
Madonna, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Okay, I love it. I love me some Madonna.
Yeah, that's just basically just it.
Yeah, most definitely. That was a great lineup right there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So you're planning vinyl and CD releases also for your upcoming album. Why is it important for you to have physical copies in today's like streaming era?
So far, I feel like vinyls and CDs are, I don't want to say, I feel like people don't get them a lot. Like you barely see it because everyone's doing like digital downloading and streaming. So I feel like people buying the actual product and like taking time to listen to the whole thing without like, oh, I'm gonna choose this track, I'm gonna choose this track. You can listen to like the whole thing and enjoy the experience. That's how I see it. So yeah, it's just good, just the listening experience.
Yes.
Of popping in the CD, popping in the vinyl, letting that spin, and just, you know, like doing your homework, listening, going for a walk. You know, people still have Walkmans in this day. I don't know.
It's very nostalgic. I love it. Yeah, because I actually had somebody that I interviewed a few months back, and it wasn't an in-person interview because I do those as well, but it was like this. We were over the phone, and he was telling me that he had vinyl copies, and he sent me one, and I have it actually hanging up in my studio where, you know, I get a ton of people come through, so it gets a lot of promo, you know, so if you get the copies, maybe send me one. I can hang it up in the studio and send you a video and stuff. That would be fire.
Almost definitely do that.
Oh, amazing. Okay, awesome. No, I like that idea because if not for nothing, it becomes like a collector's item, you know, because we're going to go ahead and manifest it. When your album goes platinum and you get the plaque and the Grammy, people are going to be like, oh, I got the vinyl version or I got the CD version. Yes, that is dope. I love that idea. That's a great idea.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So with the project being titled Love, Money, or Neither, this is kind of a fun question I'm going to ask you. If you had to choose between love, money, or neither in life, what would you pick and why?
Neither, because I choose my own happiness.
Okay. I love that. Because you're right. Some people say money can buy happiness, but money can come with a lot of problems too.
Most definitely.
And we know love definitely can come with a lot of problems.
Yes.
So yeah, that's a great title. I feel like that's going to capture a lot of people's attention when you're naming a song or a project, an album, CD, or mixtape, what have you. I feel like the title is one of the most important key elements because that's what's going to initially grab people to want to even listen to it.
Yeah, I believe that too.
Yeah, because if I see somebody with a song and the title's kind of like off the wall or weird, I'm like, okay, I got to hear what this is about. So, you know, I feel like not that Love, Money, or Neither is a weird name, but it's just a cool name that I feel like is going to draw people in because people might be asking themselves that question. Love, money, or neither in life? Which one?
I feel like people might ask that question at like the last song because the last song is basically just an outro of my grandma talking about that.
Oh, that is beautiful. I like that you incorporated her on there.
This song, like this whole album is very like family oriented. Like the cover literally is just my family and me as a baby.
That is dope.
I really hope people think about that question at the end of the song, and I hope they enjoy the listening process of it as well.
Yeah, because it becomes like somewhat interactive per se.
Yeah, basically.
I love it. Have you released the album cover on your social media yet? Because I don't think I've seen it. Oh, wait. No, I don't think I've seen it. I know I've seen the single cover for the song By the River, but is the album cover released yet?
I think I posted it on my story, but I haven't posted it yet. I'll post it tomorrow, though.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and then another suggestion is maybe just do a video of yourself talking about it too, because videos tend to be pretty engaging. Maybe just a quick 15, 20-second video, you know, hey, September 5th, I got my new album, Love, Money, or Neither, dropping, you know, something quick, and post that. And that typically will capture people's attention as well.
I'm going to take that idea and roll with it.
Yeah, I always find that my videos where I'm talking to the people get more attention than just like a graphic or a photo, because it's kind of, people will watch it. They're engaged with it.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. So with the album dropping on September 5th, what is your hopes that your listeners will take away after hearing it?
I want to see how they'll proceed with my production side, because I basically produced 80% of the album, and I put a lot of time and effort into making these beats, and I really hope they appreciate it and just tell me like how good it is, like really. But other than that, maybe just a rating. Basically, I just want like people to like tell me how good is it 1 through 10.
Yeah. Okay. Most definitely. And that could be something that you also, once the album is out, make a video of that as well. Just saying, hey, I really want your honest feedback. Give me a scale of 1 to 10. What do you think? Or drop a fire emoji if you're rocking with it. You know, like something engaging like that as well.
Yeah.
And you're going to release it like on, of course, Spotify, Apple, et cetera, et cetera. Who do you use for your distribution?
I use DistroKid.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically just DistroKid every platform. And yeah, for a long time, I always did SoundCloud and YouTube because I didn't know how to put out my music properly.
Yeah.
Then I found out about DistroKid. Then I started putting almost everything out, whatever I do, on DistroKid. And it's been good so far.
Definitely. Well, I'm about to drop a gem on you, something you may want to look at as well. So there's a website called even.biz. It's even.biz. And they allow you to, for free, upload your music on there and sell it. And they just take a portion of the sales off the back end. So for example, if you put your album up on their website and you say, hey, I'm going to sell it for $5 just to see what I can get from the people, I can come along and say, you know what? I rock with him. I'm going to pay him $10. So people can pay you more than what you're asking for. So you really have nothing to lose. It's all straight profit because, like I said, they'll just take a small portion off the back end of your sales. So you might want to look into it, because you never know who might stumble across it, or maybe some of your fans, family members, they want to support you further than just streaming it on Spotify. They might say, hey, I want to purchase this until you actually get them vinyl and CDs out there for them to purchase.
Sure, send me the link after the interview.
I got you, most definitely. So I'm not a spokesperson for them whatsoever. I'm just a big advocate of what they're doing, because I feel like artists need to get back to actually selling their music, because it's a slap in the face almost what you guys get paid for the streaming platforms. You got to get like 1 million streams to make like $4,000. Like, and people put damn near that amount of money in putting the album together.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Do you also engineer? Do you do the mixing on your music as well?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Was that something you were self-taught?
Basically just praying on it, really. Just praying that it comes out, like, sounds good.
Yeah.
I try learning, but, like, the videos get too complicated, so I just feel like, I'm just going to go, I'm going to go by feeling.
Absolutely. And I feel like who better to get your sound exactly the way you want it than yourself, because you're able to tweak it as much as you want. You don't have to keep going back with your engineer and saying, oh, do this, do that, do that. You can do it yourself. I love that. That is super dope. So we do have your single loaded up in here and ready to go, By the River, featuring Charlie. Before we get into it, anybody that wants to keep up with you on your social media, tell us what platforms you're on and what the name is on each one that they can follow you.
You can find me on all platforms at Lil Txkyo, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I don't even use Facebook, but it's there. Yeah, that's just it.
Okay, most definitely. So spell it too, because it's spelled a little different.
Oh, got you. LilTxkyo.
I love that. Tokyo. Yeah, and that makes it easier for people to find you because it's spelled unique. Anybody that you want to give thanks to, give a shout out to, show some love to for supporting you?
Shout out to family and friends. Shout out to my manager, Melvin. And to all the supporters out there who are listening to me. Shout out to everyone who supported the show, my performance. You guys are amazing. I love every single one of you guys.
Well, thank you for being here. This was great. I had a good conversation.
Me too. I enjoyed this.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else that you're working on? Anything else coming down the pipeline that we did not talk about that people need to be on the lookout for?
No, besides this, just the music videos and more music coming soon.
Absolutely. And make sure you guys put it on your calendar. September 5th. The album is dropping. Don't miss it.
Don't miss it.
Absolutely. Well, listen, I appreciate you being here tonight. It was definitely a pleasure to have you on the line. Maybe one day we'll be able to do this in person.
Of course.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this time as well.
Absolutely. If you ever come out here to the A, make sure you give us a holler, okay?
I got you.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and get into the song if you can introduce it.
All right. It's By the River by Lil Txkyo and featuring Charlie.
Let's get it. Y'all stay tuned.
Visit us online at
Spinz929.com.
Got the grip like Danny Glover, let the chopper hit his liver. Got the bags up in the back, lift up your hands, boy, it's a sticker. He tied up in my trunk, I'll cut him up, don't need no scissors. Gotta have a tank of gas, light him up, he by the river. Got the grip like Danny Glover, let the chopper hit his liver. Got the bags up in the back, lift up your hands, boy, it's a sticker. He tied up in my trunk, I'll cut him up, don't need no scissors. Gotta have a tank of gas, light him up, he by the river.
I'ma light this blunt up, I'ma smoke it by the river. Chillin' cause it's summer and I can't run out of switches. Sunlight hit the skin, turn it red. Put you in my frame, baby, tryna get a picture. Talking all that shit, but what she said to me. She said I ain't the goat, that's insanity. Used to say I'm mad, it's not that bad to me. Now I walk in the store with a bag on me. Let's go. Wish you spoke the truth, but it's all just a lie. She act like an angel, but a devil in disguise. She won't leave me left, cause I know she's never right. She misread my text and she just had to start a fight. I know it's ticking down, time it never starts when you wish it would slow down.
I'm heading my way up, but they all wanna see me down.
This time is ticking down, time is ticking down.
Got the grip like Danny Glover, let the chopper hit his liver. Got the bags up in the back, lift up your hands, boy, it's a sticker. He tied up in my trunk, I'll cut him up, don't need no scissors. Gotta have a tank of gas, light him up, he by the river. Got the grip like Danny Glover, let the chopper hit his liver. Got the bags up in the back, lift up your hands, boy, it's a sticker. He tied up in my trunk, I'll cut him up, don't need no scissors.